Greetings and salutations, DMs, GMs, referees, judges, game operations directors, and all other varieties of storytellers. This is your DM, Scott, and it's time for another DM Quick Tip.
It's Explain the Plane. What is the Astral Plane? The trip through the planes continues this week with the Astral Plane, and what a trip this is. So bust out your lava lamps and play some Iron Butterfly, because we're floating through the Astral Plane tethered to a silver cord. The Astral Plane is a dream-like realm of infinite space. Here you will find the great Astral Sea. It's a space-like silvery expanse that goes as far as the eye can see in all directions. The Astral Sea is empty for the most part. One may travel a great distance or a period of time before seeing anything. What will likely be seen are distant pools of color twinkling, much like stars do in space. But these are no stars. These pools of twinkling colors are actually portals to other dimensions. Remember when we talked about the planes? Of course you do. The astral plane is much like an interstate. Hence, it is referred to as a transitive plane. Here, you can find the doorways to many different dimensions. These color pools are two-dimensional, so one will only see them from one side. For example, you would have to be facing the color pool to see it on approach. If you were coming from the side and not straight on, you may go right by it. As an astral traveler, your portal to your home dimension will always be silver, and trailing behind you will be a silver cord connecting you to that plane. No matter what world you are from, your home portal will always be silver. Prior to entering a portal, you can view the other side, your destination, simply by concentrating on it. The pool will become transparent, much like a window, allowing the viewer to see what is on the other side. Once a traveler enters a portal to another dimension, a new physical body is formed. This body is created from the material present in the dimension. The closer to your dimension the new one is, the closer to your original corporeal form your new one will be. Now this makes for some interesting visuals at the game table. Perhaps your party travels to a crystalline world. Their new bodies may look very similar to their old ones, with the exception that they are made out of crystalline material. Imagine you're a Goliath barbarian made from lavender-colored crystal. You will still have that silver cord attached as well, so that's not going to go anywhere even after you travel through a portal into another dimension. One may encounter dead gods floating through the astral plane. The astral plane, after all, is known as the graveyard of the gods. When a deity dies, its remnants are cast into the astral plane to float for an eternity. These dead gods will appear as islands floating in the astral sea, great giants of unimaginable size. Only a flicker of their life energy remains. Perhaps there are even some experiences, thoughts, or feelings remaining that can be mined by an industrious group of travelers. Imagine the adventure possibilities. Gravity is non-existent in the astral plane, with the exception of the God Islands. At one point in time, the gods created a network of silvery lattices that connected their domains together. Then the Dawn War happened, and the lattices were destroyed. Many believe that the silver clouds that drift through the astral plane are the remains of this network of lattices. Time waits for you when you travel to the astral plane. While there, you do not age, but this is not a fountain of youth. Time will wait patiently for you to return. If you leave your home plane at 30 and spend 60 years traveling the astral plane, when you return home, you will rapidly age, and in seconds, those 60 years will come back to you, leaving you at 90 if you are lucky enough to survive the aging process. One must think to move on the astral plane. Your movement is 3 times your intelligence score. Intelligence becomes your most important attribute while there. Oh, how the tables are turned on the astral plane. Your mighty barbarian is not so mighty, but your weak, sickly wizard becomes quite impressive. Inanimate objects set in motion continue on indefinitely. Fire an arrow or throw a spear and fail to hit your mark, and that projectile will likely go on forever. The astral plane is not a friendly place. It is home to many dangers such as demons, devils, astral whales, night hags, and psychic winds. Psychic winds. Sounds cool, huh? I think it is. Psychic winds are storms of pure thought that rage across the astral plane. So badass. Generally speaking, the invisible psychic winds aren't so bad. They're used most often for travel, particularly in astral skiffs. They become a problem when they form psychic storms. These can be very dangerous, especially since they are invisible. The only indication that a storm is brewing is that the area around you grows very dark. When this happens, you better beat thought quickly and get out of there. Now, there are many ways you can explain the plane, and this is just one. See you next time in the dojo. You can support the Dungeon Master's Dojo in some very simple ways. Be patronizing, like Lou, and become a patron on Patreon and unlock exclusive patron content.
Or if you're like Scott and long-term commitment is an issue, you can buy a Sasaki, shop our merch page for DMD swag, or use our Drive-Thru RPG affiliate link next time you shop Drive-Thru RPG.
Or visit us on the web at thedungeonmastersdojo.com. There, you'll find links to all the above. Don't forget to email us and say hello.
Thanks for listening.